Coronavirus has put a spotlight on the continuing inequalities of society with regard to access to adequate healthcare, education and a living wage. It has emphasised the need to build social currency alongside economic development and to strengthen our resilience as communities and as people. Developed as a concept by the global labour movement, Just Transition aims to secure the future and livelihoods of workers and their communities in the transition towards a low-carbon economy. It is based on social dialogue between workers, their unions, employers, government and communities, and an acknowledgement that extractive industries have had the worst impact on the already marginalised. In Ireland, the Joint Oireachtas Committee report on climate action describes a just transition as driving environmental sustainability, as well as decent work, social inclusion, and poverty eradication, when society is shifting from carbon-intensive to low-carbon, and indeed a circular economy. It also specifies a clear recommendation to establish a National Just Transition Taskforce involving all stakeholders. Workers, their unions, employers, communities, farmers, government, NGOs and civil society groups to deliver security and opportunity for those impacted by the move to a low-carbon economy. With this in mind, there's an opportunity post-COVID to take a new approach in creating a better society, using the broad principles of just transition to ensure economic needs are balanced with other human needs. The Sustainable Development Goals report of 2020 highlights the urgency of working to further meet the goals which we have not, to date, been implemented at the speed necessary. In light of the worsening climate crisis, which will adversely affect the vulnerable sections of society the most, it is proposed to use the principles of just transition and the Sustainable Development Goals as a framework for all future policy. This time last year, our general election manifesto highlighted the party's commitment to adhering to the targets set out by the Sustainable Development Goals. It outlined that the party would commit to meeting our targets set out in the Paris Climate Agreement and Sustainable Development Goal 7, ensuring access to affordable, reliable and sustainable modern energy for all, and 13, to take urgent action to combat climate change and its impacts. Our manifesto outlined plans to modernise the electric grid, reduce our dependence on fossil fuels, and reduce the subsidies the state provides to fossil fuels, all while committing to increasing investment in renewable energy resources. It has been said many times before that we are all in the same boat, but this is simply not true. While we are all on the same planet, on the same ocean, some of us are in dinghies full of holes struggling to stay afloat, while others sail by in yachts powered by fuel extracted in our backyards on our backs. We must protect workers, families and communities, incorporating and aligning all our policies with just transition and the Sustainable Development Goals. We can do this, and for that reason I ask that you vote in favour of this motion, a motion that prioritises the next generation, not the next general election.